Let me clear up. Well, first, how y'all doing on this beautiful whatever day I dropped this? But let me clear up some stuff in my last video about humans not being monogamous. Now I know I talked too fast and I said that everybody's not monogamous. That was in the beginning of the video. But if you really listen, if you're not easily triggered, the ears shut off when you're easily triggered. You'll see that I kind of corrected myself during the middle of the video. Now this is what I want y'all to understand. None of us know nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, unfortunately, we don't have the resources to do our own extensive research on anything. So anything that we say, we just have an opinion on hand-me-down information. No matter how smart we try to portray ourselves, the truth is, it's hand-me-down information that we can only form an opinion on. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? The most knowledge you can have is of self. That's it. Everything else is handed to you, bro. And you're just forming an opinion. So you could come off because you might read something different than I have read. Or you might have, took a different perspective than me. But that don't mean either one of us still know. It still is what it is. I know that's hard to accept, but that's the only fact that you can't escape. Sorry. But anyway, what do I want to talk about today, man? Holding on to people that we know we supposed to let go of, right? So we have this thing where we hate being alone. And what that leads to, if you hate being alone, then I don't see how you expect somebody else to want to spend the rest of their life with you when you don't even want to spend the rest of your life with you. I'm going to say that all the time. Y'all gonna hear me say that a lot because I really mean that. But we have a hard time letting go of people that's showing you that they're not interested in being with you. Some people stay with you for the convenience. You know what I'm saying? And the comfort. They're used to you. Some people don't love you, they're just used to you. And then you have to ask yourself, because there's a lot of us that feel like I deserve more than this. But you're pretty much telling somebody, I want you to be a certain way to fit how I feel like I should be treated. You're trying to repaint somebody and cover their true colors. You're trying to hide their true colors for you. Because it's heartbreaking for you to accept that you're seeing exactly who you're dealing with. So you try to repaint them in your mind. You gotta let people be who they are, man. It's hard for people to hide who they are. Trust me. Like, even when they you meet their representative, right? It's still a part of them. Don't get it twisted, but it's not a part of them that they actually invested in becoming. Because I used to do the same shit. Like, I had these great intentions, whatever. But I think I talked about this before. Allow people to be who they are. And then you have to ask yourself, why am I trying to mold this person into becoming what I want them to become? Do you really love them, or do you love the potential? Like, no, not even the potential. I don't even know if I can give it that, because if I give it that, that means, I can't give it that. I can give it that. So do you love them because they're showing you them? But you keep, like you keep begging them to be something that they're not. Or you keep asking them to be something that they're not. And then you have to ask yourself, like, why am I staying? Why am I staying this? Why am I constantly trying to renovate a person's house who's fine with it being exactly the way it is? So you have to ask yourself that, because there's a lot of good people that get it confused on what a good person are. And I just learned this, like how to word this the other day, because what's considered good is your own measurement compared to somebody else, which means you're judging somebody else that made you a good person versus them. You know what I'm saying? What do you see as good? In order for you to see something as good, it has to be in comparison to someone else. Like you're measuring who you are against somebody else. A lot of good people get this one confused like a motherfucker. Like, I'm good. I keep attracting. I keep telling people, what are your intentions? Like, when you say I'm good to a person that you allowing to treat you bad, and you don't understand how you're attracting all of this fucked up shit, because you are a good person. And that, once again, compared to who? And not only that, what are you being good to this fucked up person for? A lot of us are seeking validation from these people that we're good to, and we don't understand that is the same frequency. You got you, the good person, who wants to be seen by this fucked up person, and then this fucked up person who likes, in other words, you like to be needed, right? See me, need me, want me. And this other person like to need people. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same frequency. It's the same frequency. So being a good person doesn't necessarily mean that you are a good person, because you do good things, but for what reason? If it's not coming from the heart, because if it was coming from the heart, you wouldn't even be questioning why you're not getting it in return, because that is an expectation. Hey, boo. You little Chinese. I'm not Chinese, I'm Filipino. I had one of my old customers said that to me. I thought she was Chinese. I'm not Chinese, I'm Filipino. I'm like, girl. You know, black people don't know the difference. I'm sorry, not all black people. Let me not generalize this. You know, since people get easily triggered. This is not the channel if you get easily triggered, man. My goal is to help as many people as I can, or at least spark something in people that they didn't know was there. You know what I'm saying? You gotta approach everything with an open mind, y'all. So if I tell you, you know, some people will get mad at that. Like, what you mean? It's the same frequency. I'm a good motherfucker, but for what reason? I told y'all I used to provide quantity and no quality. I thought I was a good person. You know what I'm saying? Because one of my love languages is gifts. Like, that's how I show you. Like, when I buy you something just off GP, it don't have to be your birthday, it don't have to be a holiday, it don't have to be none of that. When I buy you something just off GP, that's my way of telling you I am thinking about you. But I was providing more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I pay attention to you. Whatever you were talking about that you said that you like, you love, woo, woo, woo. I'm buying gifts. I'm going to go get that because I paid attention. But I was providing more quantity than I was actual quality. Even though that is a great trait, but it was still coming from the wrong place. It was like, still, it was more like, see me. Look, I got your back. Look, I got your back. It's all for the wrong reasons. So you still attract that low frequency because it's coming from a low vibrational place, because your real intention is to be seen and to be needed, and so the person won't leave you. Love me, please. Please love me back. I'll be good to you. It's the same frequency. It really is. Same frequency, man. I had to admit that to myself, because at first, you know what I'm saying, everybody want to be the victor, everybody like to play the blame game, but sometimes you got to step back and really observe the situation and take responsibility for yourself, because you can't control what anybody else do. But once you step back and look at yourself, like, why was I this nice? Why was I buying this, buying that, man? Being extra on this. Why was I doing that? Because a lot of you want to be seen by other people because you really don't value yourself yet. Because you wouldn't have that desire. You wouldn't have that expectation from other people, like I talked about in another video. It would just be standards, strictly by how you treated yourself. Everything else will fall to the waistline. And I think that's another thing that people are afraid of, being alone. So you know, a lot of people not own shit, and that's just the reality of it. Like, and I used to live in this little fairy tale world and shit. A lot of people know this, but a lot of people don't. My moon sign is a Pisces, so I be, you know what I'm saying, this little imaginary world most of the time, and thought relationships should be this one way, right? And then you get to the reality of the world. Most people ain't know shit. So if you know that, if you know the numbers are not that high when it comes to actually attracting solid people, you kind of like dim your light a little bit so more people can walk in, so more people can stay. You say, you know what, let me make these, let me adjust these standards. Let me lower these standards so I won't be alone. Like, nah, man. That's what a lot of us do, whether we want to admit it or not. That's what a lot of us do. Because we know the numbers it's not good. The ratio is just not the greatest. It's not. It's not. So figure out why. Why are you good? Why do good people attract fucked up people? Same frequency. I'm trying to tell you. Because anybody who's confident in what they brought to the table, I promise you, any nigga that leave is like, okay. Because at the end of the day, like, and you can love them. And I'm this way. Like, I can love, I'm this way now, though. That took work. So me being this way now, I can speak from this place now, right? So I know, I'm confident in what I can bring to the table. So let's say I'm dating somebody right now, and then she makes a decision that I don't have enough for her. I know I have enough. I know what I have is more valuable, or what I can offer you is more valuable than the richest person in the world. You know what I'm saying? Even though I don't want to date at this time, because I don't want my mate to struggle in that area, but that's another, we talked about that already. But still, it's like I'm still confident in what I have. Don't ever get that twisted just because I want things a certain way in the physical world, because we can't ignore this shit. But I still know how valuable I am. I still know what I can bring, you know what I'm saying, what I bring to the table. I'm still sure about that shit. So any woman that chooses to walk away, no matter how much time was invested, I still got to share an experience with this person. I'm okay with that. I'm not attached to the outcome of any situation. Things just have, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is, no matter how you want it to be. Things are just what they are. You know what I'm saying? So if a person walk away, yeah, I love you, but I'm also not, I'm also sure about what I bring to the table. So if you don't see it, I don't work for a vision eyewear company. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't, man. And that when you beg somebody to stay, I feel like you're holding them, like, and they fall for it, you're holding them against their will. They really don't want to be there. And that just changed the whole dynamic of the relationship, if I'm using the right word. Because I would just throw some words in there if it feel right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that. So if a person chooses to walk away right now, I'm not holding you. I let whatever, because people, you got to be mindful. Like, we all grow differently, right? So even when you're spending time with a person and y'all got time invested, some people end up going this way. If y'all not on the same frequency at a certain level, one person start dwindling this way and the other person go the other way. And you just have to allow things be what it is, or you're forcing a connection at that point. If not. You know what I'm saying? I just don't hold nobody against their will. And I understand, like, anything that falls short of your frequency will fall off. And I'm okay with that. Experience life, experience people, but do not attach yourself. We don't supposed to attach ourselves. We're supposed to experience. We're supposed to learn. We're supposed to grow. And we're supposed to live. That's just what it is. So, I definitely want to go deep on this topic. So, till next time, though, I want to go deep on this topic. I just don't know when. Because I want to really break it down for people, man. I'm telling you, there's so many people out there that think, oh, I'm a good person. Why am I attracting? Compared to who, though? Y'all have to, and for what reasons? So, till next time.